Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Wisconsin Hugs. My name is Tony Grillo, and I'm doing my final last follow-up video. Been following this story about what happened at the Pizza Hut here, and I got DJ. I'll just let you say. I'll say hi to DJ. He's ready. Yep. DJ, we're going to go to dog park in a sec. I'm just going to finish this video. So, there was a murder here, a few weeks back. Right here, right behind that advanced disposal dumpster. It was in a barrel, apparently one of those plastic garbage barrels. And now we've had an arrest, and the police have released pretty much all the pertinent information as to what actually happened. I'm going to read that story exactly from the story from the news people, so I get it right, and then I'll show a little video of what everything is about, and that's going to be it.
The man accused of killing another employee at the South Milwaukee Pizza Hut and then putting his body in a dumpster. Kayvon Ingram entered his plea today. He's charged with first-degree intentional homicide, hiding a corpse, and armed robbery. He's accused of shooting and killing 55-year-old Alexander Stengel inside the restaurant earlier this month. Stengel reportedly had just cashed a $7,000 inheritance check. Prosecutors believe Stengel was killed over the money.
All right, so a Milwaukee man accused after a body was found outside a South Milwaukee Pizza Hut pleaded not guilty on Friday 23rd, and was bound over for trial. Prosecutors charged 31-year-old Kayvon Ingram with first-degree intentional homicide, hiding a corpse, armed robbery, and possession of a firearm by a felon. The victim, 55-year-old Alexander Stengel, was a longtime manager at the Pizza Hut, where Ingram also worked. But in regard to motive, court filings said Stengel had just received a $7,000 inheritance check. South Milwaukee police were called to the Pizza Hut on Chicago Avenue after a garbage truck driver said there was a garbage can behind the dumpsters that looked like it had a body in it. An officer walked over to the dumpster per the complaint and found a 55-gallon trash can on wheels. He saw what appeared to be a semi-transparent plastic bag over the top of the garbage can and feet and legs sticking out of the can beneath the plastic bag. The officer also saw a pool of blood beneath the garbage can. The complaint states investigators found what appeared to be dried blood that led from the dumpster to the Pizza Hut. The blood trail continued through a door and into the restaurant's kitchen, leading police to believe the victim, since identified as Stengel, was killed inside the restaurant, put into the wheeled garbage can, and left behind the dumpster. During a check of the victim's pockets, the complaint states officers determined the victim's wallet, keys, and cell phone appeared to be missing. The scene inside. Based on a trail of blood between the dumpster area and the restaurant, the South Milwaukee Police Department obtained a search warrant for the Pizza Hut. An investigator said the vast majority of the restaurant appeared dirty, including clearly greasy kitchen floors. However, a portion of the tiled kitchen floor just past the front counter into the kitchen appeared uncharacteristically clean when compared to the rest of the floor, the complaint states. It appeared that that particular area had been cleaned, but not the rest of the floor. Likewise, toward the rear of the kitchen area was a set of double metal doors. The complaint states the left door was grimy while the right door appeared clean. The investigator observed cleaning product spray droplets all around the right edge of the clean door. So they identified the victim, whose body was found Wednesday in a Pizza Hut dumpster. And this occurred right around my birthday. So this guy was 55 years old, and it happened right when I turned 55 years old. It was pretty crazy. I'm the same age as this gentleman. Both of these areas appeared to be recently cleaned. Yeah, and then in the far back area of the kitchen, an investigator found a small utility closet. The non-hinged side of the door had what appeared to be blood on it per the complaint, and it was tested with a phenolphthalein test. I think that's how you pronounce it. Phenolphthalein test, and presumptively tested positive for blood. Within the closet was a slop sink on the floor, which appeared to be used for mop buckets, and there were several pieces of what appeared to be coagulated blood on the bottom of the slop sink. And the mop in the closet had what appeared to be bloody handprints on the handle. The light switch for the closet had what appeared to be a blood smear on it. And lastly, the fabric mop head also had blood on it. During the autopsy, Milwaukee County medical examiners determined the victim was shot in the head. There was also soot around the wound, consisting with a contact wound to the head. Additionally, the complaint states the victim had a cut across his throat that did not appear to completely cut through the skin, and the victim suffered 2 puncture wounds below the cut as well. 2 additional puncture wounds caused by blunt force trauma were found on the victim's head, causing a skull fracture. The medical examiner deemed the manner of death was homicide. Surveillance video, the police investigators collectively reviewed security video from a Taco Bell that was located north of the Pizza Hut, which had a camera that captured the area behind the Pizza Hut leading to the dumpster area. And the complaint states security video showed on February 5th at 10:25 a.m., 2 days, this is 2 days before the victim was found, a suspect dragging a garbage can from the area of the Pizza Hut toward the area of the dumpster. On the video, the suspect appeared to be struggling to pull a garbage can as though it contained a heavy object. In the video, the garbage can appeared consistent with the garbage can the victim's body was found in days later. The path taken by the suspect in the video was also consistent with the path of blood droplets seen by investigators at the scene. At 10:26, the suspect wearing black clothing can be seen returning to the area of the Pizza Hut from the dumpster crib. He was no longer dragging a garbage can. The complainant states that this is consistent with this suspect dragging the can, before returning to the Pizza Hut. The investigator has watched security video from the Taco Bell that covers the same area until the police arrived on February 7th. At no point in the video does it capture anyone else dragging this garbage can to and from the crib area. So a Pizza Hut's regional manager said Stengel was a longtime employee and emailed several computer records to the South Milwaukee Police Department. And according to the complaint, these computer records showed the victim clocked in for work at the Pizza Hut at 9:30 a.m. on February 5th. He prepped the register at 9:56. The records then showed the register was opened at 10:09, which the regional manager stated was unusual because there was no reason to open the register since there had not been a sale. The regional manager said computer records showed that the victim clocked out of work at 10:50, which was roughly 25 minutes after the suspect was seen dragging the garbage can from the Pizza Hut to the dumpster. The investigators determined the suspect logged the victim out of the Pizza Hut computer after the victim had been killed and his body was hidden in the garbage can near the dumpster. Per the complaint, that was also consistent with the suspect being familiar with Pizza Hut computer and time management systems, leading them to believe the suspect was also an employee. The regional manager also stated that on February 3rd, while at work, the victim had shown a large roll of cash to several employees. The complaint states Ingram was identified as one of the employees that knew the victim had a large amount of money. An independent investigation revealed the victim had just cashed an inheritance check just before heading to work that day. The complainant states that it is likely the victim had $7,000 from that check while at work that day. The regional manager notes the victim was supposed to work on February 6th but did not show up to work, and that is consistent with the victim being killed before 10:25 a.m. on February 5th inside the Pizza Hut and then being placed in a garbage can. And then he was, let's see, the general manager said the victim was scheduled to work on February 5th. The complaint states the manager stated she was home watching TV when she received a text from the victim's phone, which stated, "Had a brain fart. What's the door code again? Left my keys in the store." A review of the manager's cell phone confirmed the text message came around 10:28 a.m., roughly 3 minutes after the garbage can was seen dragged to the dumpster. She received a phone call from the victim's phone. Her cell phone showed the call came at 10:29 a.m., and she said she thought it was the victim, but noted the phone was muffled and it sounded windy. She received another text message which read, "Been here since 8:30. I'm still feeling nauseous after throwing up 3 times. The last time I even threw up a little blood. Tried to smoke a cigarette to ease my stomach, but still sweating like a pig. It seems like I keep getting worse, so I'm heading out, already clocked out. Did what I could, but I need to get checked out or something." The complaint noted the text message came in after the garbage can with the victim's body was dragged to where it was hidden. So investigators determined the text message was used to explain the victim's absence without alarm, and when combined with the logging out of the computer. Okay. In addition to Taco Bell surveillance, they reviewed security video from a Milwaukee County transit bus that showed the bus stop near Chicago and College Avenues. The complaint states the suspect who left the garbage can was seen crossing to that bus stop. So what did he do? He hopped onto the bus? Yeah. At 11:05 a.m., which is consistent with the time the suspect was seen leaving Pizza Hut. He crossed the bus stop, got on the bus, sat in the second row behind the rear door on the passenger side. Investigators noted that the suspect was wearing what he was wearing, which was probably the same outfit he had on when the cameras caught the person wearing all black. And he pulled a cell phone from his pocket. At 11:07, the complaint states suspect can still be seen looking at what appears to be the phone and sending a text message. So he was on the bus when he sent that text message to that the general manager. And the time was consistent with the text message seen from the victim's phone to the general manager. So this is the gentleman right here that committed the crime, that murdered. He stayed on the bus at 11:45 and got off near Water and Juno in downtown Milwaukee. And then they tried to determine how he got to the Pizza Hut on February 5th. Apparently, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. He rode the bus, Milwaukee Transit bus. And he was in the same wardrobe as all the other videos. And he was seen walking from that bus stop towards the Pizza Hut. So they said there was video on the Milwaukee County Transit bus showed same suspect in the same clothing. He got on a bus near Holton and North around 7:44 that day. Did not have a mask, unlike in the other videos. So he had a mask in the other videos, but he wasn't wearing a mask when he got on that other bus. And a still photo of that suspect was shown to Pizza Hut manager, and they identified as Ingram. Cell tower mapping. They also used cell tower mapping to obtain both Ingram and Stengel's cell phone numbers. So obviously this guy never watched any crime shows. I mean, he did everything like wrong. I mean, he got on a bus. The bus have cameras. Taco Bell had cameras. I'm surprised they didn't even get any footage from the Walmart, but that's right nearby. Yeah. So and it states that both the cell tower mapping, the phones were traveling, together, traveling to Pizza Hut, and then consistent with the bus video, So, and then leaving all the times, so they were able to map everything out. Yeah. And then the Taco Bell video showed him dragging the garbage can, and also the cell phone was mapping where he was at that exact time. So on February 9th, the Milwaukee police obtained a search warrant for his phone. And then they started location data, started on February 10th, which was my birthday. And it showed that he was near Meineke and Dr. William Finlayson Street in Milwaukee, which has a rear cottage. And they began surveillance on that residence. And then they observed him walking towards the front of the residence, and they determined this was consistent with this male leaving from the back cottage. So at that time, he was wearing a black-gray hat with ear flaps. The police drove past the subject and positively identified the male as the defendant. So now they know where he lives. And then they were tracking him, and the defendant was tracked to an area near Connecticut and Hillcrest where he was arrested. So that's where they arrested him. You know, that area is kind of crowded area, a lot of people. So they probably wanted to they didn't know. I mean, obviously the guy was killed with a gun, so they probably figured he had a gun on him. And so they probably wanted to try to arrest him in an area where there wasn't a lot of people, which that's smart. That's good job work by the police, by the Milwaukee police. They searched his house, and it was determined that the defendant's girlfriend and her daughter answered, and immediately the girlfriend said, "Is this about Alex? It's about Alex, isn't it? Oh, Alex Stengel, yeah." So she already knew that he was, she probably heard about the Alex being killed, and she probably thought, I wonder if my boyfriend was involved in it. She's probably wondering if the guy she's living with, her and her daughter, if this guy actually killed Alex Stengel. So yeah, obviously she had heard about it. And she also indicated the defendant told her the victim had told the defendant of a large settlement the victim was going to get. And she stated that if she asked if there's a gunshot, don't you think Taco Bell people or something would have heard of it or whatever? And the defendant said the head stated the head works as a silencer. So if you and him are in the back of a store and your gun is to his head and you shoot him in the head, it works as a silencer and no one's going to hear it. Wow. He actually told her that. So he actually told her how he committed the crime. And in the bathroom, I got to think that there weren't any other employees around. I mean, I don't know how good a silencer would work there, but I got to think the manager showed up early to work, and he came riding in on the bus waiting to kill him. Wow. There was also red and brown stains in the bathroom sink, and so there were blood stains there, and they recovered a pillowcase, which also appeared to have blood stains. So this guy tracked Alex's blood, all the way back to his own house. And apparently CCAP records show that he was convicted June 6, 2016, possession of cocaine. And so, he has a criminal record of as well. All right, so there's the Pizza Hut. There's Walmart right there. And over here's the Taco Bell. And there's a dumpster where Alexander was found there. So if we look over here, if you see this is the Taco Bell right here. And you can see there's a camera right there and a camera right there. So if we were to probably look at this camera, right there, this is probably the view that the camera got. I don't know what kind of view. I think the trees probably blocked the camera there, and I bet the camera over by the window there probably covers just the people, the customers pulling up. But I don't know if they could have gotten any footage over there. But right there, that would have been the scene that the cops probably saw. They could probably see right through the cracks of the tree somebody dragging a dumpster. And he did it right in pure daylight. Yeah, you can pretty well see right there. This is what they would have saw on that camera. So this would have been, this is the restaurant. It's still saying we are closed until further notice right here. So apparently somewhere inside the kitchen, yeah, you can still see there's not much going on in there. But that's the area in there. Somewhere in there, he was killed. Well, okay, this is what I get out of it, and hopefully I'm correct. But anyways, you know, Alex Stengel got $7,000 in inheritance, and he was showing the money. He apparently had all the money in his pocket. He went to the bank, showed the money, and Ingram must have saw it, and he decided the next day to work, he rode a bus out here. He was going to confront Stengel while Stengel was opening up the store, and he came in and you know, I don't know if he must have shot him first, maybe killed him, stabbed him a couple times, shot him in the back of the head. I don't know if Stengel was still carrying the money around, like for a couple days in a row, was carrying that money in his pocket. But then Ingram, you know, they must have had a big plastic, one of those big barrels in the back of the kitchen where they throw all their garbage in. And then it showed him actually coming right out this door. And then the blood trail that the police found, it led all the way to the dumpster behind where he was found. And then, yeah, and then of course he was, after he'd been shot and killed, he was wrapped in a plastic bag right there. That must be a service store there. But yeah, Stengel was wrapped in a plastic bag, and then it showed him being wheeled by the security camera over there. You can see the camera there from here, the Taco Bell camera right there. That camera caught him wheeling the body all the way over there to the dumpster. So I mean, there were blood spots. I believe those are the blood spots right there. And then, yeah, and then he was found right here is where he was found, back here. This is where he was found in. Yeah, flowers, little memorial flowers are all dead. And then the guy runs back to the restaurant, but then he doors must have been locked. So then he had to call the manager with Stengel's phone to get the code to enter the door again. Goes back in that door, tries to clean out everything up, and then he takes off. And the bus stop is right over here. So he would have, this is where he would have got back here. And yeah, there's the bus right there. That's the bus he jumped on. That's the bus stop right there. He must have knew exactly when those times were, because that's when the bus stops. That's the bus comes there. He got on at that bus stop, and then he rode back to Milwaukee, back to where he lived. And then the cameras on the bus showed showed him texting and using Stengel's phone and texting and everything while he was on the bus. So I gotta get DJ here to the doggy park. He's anxious to go. So this is my last video covering this wild, crazy story that happened right here in where I live, a couple blocks from where my house is. It's a sad story. You know, there's still no pictures of Alexander Stengel and nothing from reporters or anything. So I can't even remember what the guy looked like. I'm sure if I saw a picture of him, I would recognize him because we came to this Pizza Hut quite a bit. And I also DoorDashed here. I pick up orders here. I don't remember seeing Ingram, but my girlfriend said that her and her stepdaughter, or not her stepdaughter, her and her daughter actually saw him. He was here, working here. They would see him. So I don't know. It's a sad story. So the guy gets a $7,000 inheritance check, and why he put it in his pocket and then showed it to everybody, I don't know. Why he did that is, you know, it's like putting a sign on yourself saying, kill me, kill me. You know, it just, sad story, you know. You get a $7,000 check and then the other guy just wanted to kill him over it, you know. And you know, here's the other thing too, the guy that did the killing, total absolute moron, you know. I mean, you know, this, it's just sad. It's so sad. And I don't have anything really more to say about the whole thing. So, all right, everybody. You know, I hope everybody has a great day. Wisconsin hugs.